it snow, let it snow.
So I've been wanting to bake my neighbors some sugar cookies for the holidays for the past 2 weeks, and I just haven't gone around to it. I've been so busy. But what better time to bake than at 10:30 p.m.? So let's get baking. First things first, I went straight to the Dollar Tree and I found the cutest little cookie tins. Those are what I'm going to be using to put the cookies in to deliver them to my neighbors. I think they're the cutest things. They were only $1.25 each, so if you don't have any yet, go ahead and snatch these up. Okay, first thing we need to do is find a recipe. I love to cook and bake a lot, but I'm definitely not a chef. None of the recipes I use are my own, aside from like a few here and there where I'm like experimenting and I'm like really familiar with the dish. But as for baking, I never use my own recipes because I don't have any. I always use recipes I found online. Okay, so what to look up? I'm gonna look up cutout sugar cookie recipe because I have made other sugar cookies where it's more of like a cookie dough consistency and you can't really press into them with like certain shapes. I want to make these ones cut out because I think it's really cute and festive. So I found a recipe on Brown Eyed Baker. This is the one I'm gonna use. I will link it in the description below if you wanna check it out yourself. But it looks pretty simple. Does any of your baking pans look this ugly? I bought these ones. They were like Martha Stewart brand. I had high expectations. I thought they were gonna do great. And they literally look like this. Like no matter how much I clean them, they have like this ugly, like, I don't know. Use an electric mixer, which I don't have, and to beat butter and sugar together until light and fluffy. So I'm gonna have to do the good old whisking. And I need 1 cup of butter, chilled and cubed, and 1 cup of sugar. I do have a hand mixer. I'll just use that. I have these bowls and they're like a bunch of bowls are stacked in them. So every time I want to get the biggest bowl out, I feel like I have to do like that Russian doll thing just to get to like the bottom bowl. Oh my gosh. Because this is that went terrible. This is just the perfect example to show you guys that when it comes to baking, there will be a lot of trials in the learning process. So, in case you didn't know, when something says to use an electric mixer, do not use a hand mixer. Let's go back to the original plan. I'm gonna try to use a regular whisk instead. We're gonna go and do this by hand. Not gonna lie, I just decided to throw that in the microwave for like 10 seconds to soften it up. I know. Oh, that's a lot better. A lot easier to mix by hand. See, not all of us have electric mixers, you know what I mean? We still wanna make some good sugar cookies. Okay, add egg, vanilla, baking powder, and salt. So as I'm mixing this, I'm thinking this is like the perfect texture and consistency for the cutout sugar cookies. The instructions say to roll half of the dough into a 1/4 inch and then use that to do the cutouts. So I'm gonna show you the cutouts that I have. I only have 3. This first one is a cute little Christmas tree. Second one is a snowflake. I remember this one being kind of difficult to use because of like the tiny little edges, and like when I would try to take the mold out, it would like kind of disrupt the way the shape was, but we'll see how that goes. And I do have a gingerbread. I'm not sure if I'm gonna save this for the gingerbread cookie mix or if I'm gonna use it for the sugar cookies. So we'll see. To dip your cookie cutout into some flour so that when you press it in, it doesn't get stuck. So that's like a little tip I learned. So picking it up did kind of mess up the shape a bit, but I think it's cute enough, right? You can barely tell. I'm gonna cook the first batch on its own to see if they come out good. The problem with sugar cookies is that you don't really know if they came out good because when they come out first, they're still like soft, and then you let them sit, and then all of a sudden they're good. Okay, they look promising. I like it. This is what I do since I only have one baking sheet. I could buy another one, but I like never remember to. So this is what I do. I just pick up the parchment paper and I let that chill on a counter. And I put another piece of parchment paper on here and I just bake off of that. So I just realized that I wasn't even recording, but we have now moved on to cookie number 2. This one is very simple. It's just the gingerbread cookie mix from Betty Crocker. I did use this mix last year, so I already know what's good. This is not going to be like top tier, you know, gingerbread from Germany type stuff. This is just like, you know, something you can get at the grocery store. So it's in terms of like gingerbread, it's not the best of the best, but this is perfect for if you're just trying to make a quick and easy gingerbread man. All it calls for is a half a cup of softened butter, 1 tablespoon of water, and 1 egg, which I did. And I was just giving that a good mix here. This one is going to be very simple, very similar to the last sugar cookie mix, where you spread it out and then you cut it out with a gingerbread man. I'm so mad that I wasn't recording. This is exactly why you need coffee while you bake, because now my brain's like falling asleep. Let's continue. This is the little gingerbread guy. This arm's a little bit longer, but aren't they just the cutest little things? Okay, so I finally finished cooking the sugar cookies. The last batch of gingerbread cookies is inside the oven now, and it's almost decorating time, but I do have to clean off this counter first. But before all that, priorities. I want to try one of the sugar cookies. Let me show you what it looks like when I break it. That's a good sugar cookie. I don't mean to be in the moment right now. It's just... So this is the icing I'm using. It's just this little pack I bought from... It's a pack I bought from Target. It came into a box of 2. I have these little charms that I'm going to use to decorate the cookies. It's almost like a little lunchbox. I'm so glad it fit. I was worried that they would be too big for this little box, but they fit. Sugar cookies are done, onto the gingerbread. forgot to do a taste test for the gingerbread, so I'm gonna do it right now. So here's the gingerbread cookie. This is like the leftover dough and I just rolled it into a ball. So here's how it looks. Let's give it a try. Just like I remembered. Good. Perfect amount of sweetness. It's a good gingerbread cookie. I'm not a huge fan of gingerbread, but I definitely prefer the sugar cookie. But this is a really simple and easy gingerbread, and it does a great job at keeping the shape if you use a cookie cutter. So that brings me to the end of this baking session. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be delivering these to my neighbors tomorrow morning, and I'm so excited to give it to them. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video, and let me know what you guys want to see down below in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.